New at 11, a community center in Northwest Roanoke is looking toward the future tonight after its founder announced he's moving on. Grover Price says he's moving to Arizona and leaving the center in the hands of other local activists. As reporter Shane Dwyer shows us, they hope to offer even more services going forward.
On 11th Street Tuesday afternoon, a small crowd gathered at the Hope Center like they've come to do for a few years now. But this time was different. Hope Center founder Grover Price announcing after 4 years he's moving to Arizona, leaving the center behind.
I've been working with some different people over the years, and we all sat down one day and we was able to just put together a collective group of people just to come in and just keep the Hope Center going to actually make it stronger.
The Hope Center has been a community space offering clothes, food, and mentorship to those in need, along with block parties and fundraisers. It's also found itself in controversy over permitting, a break-in, and a neighborhood feud. But it's been able to pull itself up and get by.
Roanoke People's Power Network is one of the main groups who has used the space for 2 years now. And so, we wanted to step up and keep this place running.
Jason Lambert is with Roanoke People's Power Network. They, along with Beaded and Balanced Jewelry, Theater 3, and Coalition for Justice, will collectively run the Hope Center going forward.
That it's independent, it doesn't get grant money, it's not tied to big capitalist institutions, it's not tied to the city. This is run by the people and for the people.
The new leaders want to add more programming and expand the Hope Center's reach. Price says he's happy to see others pick up where he had to stop.
At this point, it's kind of outgrown me. So, I would be stubborn not to put it in the hands of people that can take it farther, that can benefit the community and the city farther.